Exactly 1 o'clock on the nose, and you're right on time for what is making news at this hour. This is KBC Lunchtime News. Thank you so much for choosing KBC to inform you this Sunday afternoon. I'm Doreen Arange. Byron Abuli is our operator. Begin this coverage with some politics, where members of parliament drawn from the coast region are urging the Kenya Kwanza Alliance to consider coast legislators in the changes being effected in the parliamentary committees. The lawmakers are also calling for a balanced share of senior positions in government.
The lawmakers asked the president to consider allocating the coast region pending readjustment of the broad-based government.
Na sisi kama viongozi wa pwani tumeangalia sana wale walioteuliwa kwa makatibu PS, na Kenya nzima tuko kwa pwani ni 4 tu ambao wako kwa kama makatibu. Tumesema kama vuguvugu, kama viongozi wa pwani wanapofanya mabadiliko hayo, Rais William Ruto na baba, tunasema kwamba pwani inastahili kwa uchache sana makatibu 6.
Ni vyema kwa sababu tuko katika serikali ya broad based, sisi kama wapwani kupewa nafasi ya mwenyekiti wa budget katika bunge la kitaifa, kwa sababu moja ambayo mimi kama mwanamke imekuwa ikinihuzunisha sana. Uchumi wa Kenya unaimarishwa na fedha nyingi ambazo zinatoka katika bandari yetu ya pwani.
Hili ni jambo ambalo sisi wa pwani tunaendelea kuunga serikali, lakini inafika wakati tunaona kwamba hatupatiwi usawa.
Meanwhile, Machakos Deputy County Governor Francis Mwangangi in Kithure Kindiki to fast-track settling debt owed to the church-owned health facilities by the Social Health Insurance to continue offering services to patients.
We run mission hospitals. As AIC, we run in educational institutions. Now, if you are not paying our health facilities, how are we going to run these hospitals? Let them sit with the bishops, let them sit with clergy. Wajua shida iko wapi ndio tuendelee mbele.
Mwangangi spoke in Yatta as he cautioned leaders against engaging in a perceived political fight with the church. Give us Mana, Lunchtime News.
Kisumu's bunge la Wananchi is petitioning the region's political leaders to lobby for the completion of stalled projects and the revitalization of moribund factories, which they note are key to unlocking the region's economic prospects. The lakeside residents want elected leaders from the region to work with President Ruto's administration, despite the dynamics of the Kenya's failed African Union Commission chairmanship bid in order to the lakeside. Miwani Sugar Factory, Kisumu Cotton Mills, Kabanyo Kanyagwal Aquaculture Center of Excellence, and the multi-purpose Korusoin Dam are among the stalled and dead projects that the residents want revived.
Nataka ni congratulate our His Excellency Mr. William Ruto kwa kuwa alianzisha projects wakiwa na baba pamoja. Ingawa election ya AU imeisha, na hiyo tunaomba kama His Excellency Mr. President, hiyo isifanye zile projects kama sisi wana wa Kisumu County isizame ama isizime. Tunatamani zile projects zote alianzisha kama ile ya Kabonyo Kanyagwal, tuone hizo project kama uchumi, kama ile Kikomi, kama ile port, ili wenzetu wapate kazi.
Tunapongeza sana Mr. President kwa kile ambacho umejaribu kutufanyia mbele yetu tukaona. Tunashukuru sana. Lakini sikwendo mwisho. Shika mzee mkono ili tuweze kusupport na next time.
Sudan's Rapid Support Forces have reportedly signed a charter with allied political and armed groups Saturday night in Nairobi to establish a government of peace and unity. The signatories include over 20 political parties across Sudan, 10 civil organizations, 5 military groups led by Rapid Support Forces, among others. They also resolved to establish a new army which will feature all parts of Sudan. This comes William Ruto engaged United States Secretary of State Marco Rubio and vowed to offer a platform for all parties in Sudan to engage in peace talks. Elsewhere, a section of leaders from the North Rift region are calling on the government to reconsider the plan to dissolve some key departments, including the Kerio Valley Development Authority. The leaders, led by West Pokot Senator Julius Murgur and Senator Lochakapong, say the majority of the projects that have positively transformed the lives of residents in the banditry-prone areas were implemented by the agency, and its dissolution will affect the lives of between 10,000 to 20,000 area residents who depend on it. They are instead calling for the streamlining of the authority with a clear framework.
Miradi ya water panels, tumekuwa na boreholes hapa, tumekuwa na mambo ya hata hii inaitwa maembe na asali. So vitu mingi nimefanyika area hii kupitia shirika la KVDA. So hata wakati tunasikia kwamba imependekeza na zile RDA zingine siwe dissolve, sisi tunahusunika sana kwa sababu hii sasa tumeanza kupata mwangaza, tumeanza kupata matunda kutoka kwa serikali kupitia KVDA. Wale ambao walikuwa na maono kama hayo waweze kufikiria mara ya pili na kuhakikisha kwamba KVDA na zile RDA zingine haziwezi kuondolewa.
KVDA imejaribu sana kusuluhisha hiyo shida ama upungufu ambayo sehemu hii imekuwa nayo muda mrefu, na kwa hivyo wakati inasemekana ya kwamba huenda RDS na KVDA in particular inafungwa ama haiwezi kuendelezwa, ni wasiwasi sana na labda majirani yetu wale wengine.
To some health matters, and county leaders within the coastal region have been urged to intensify cancer awareness campaigns to promote early screening and treatment. Health experts who organized a walk to sensitize locals on the and other non-communicable diseases said an ongoing research shows food that people consume significantly contributes to cancer. Mwinyi Mzee, a clinical oncologist, said Kilifi County records more of esophageal cancer, with Kwale County seeing a rise in cervical cancer. They urged the county governments to put more investments in health and devolve cancer levels so as to decongest referral hospitals.
Lengo ni watu waweze kufanya vipimo mapema na kuanza matibabu mapema. Hayatawezekana tu bila watu kupata habari mapema. Ndio maana tumekuwa na haya matembezi.
Wengi wetu siku hizi vyakula vyetu ni vya kufry. Tunakaranga sana. Yale mafuta ya kufry yanatakaniwa yatumike mara mbili tu. Ikibakia tunamwaga, lakini hapa kwa na hali ya kimaisha yale mafuta yanatumika yakitumika. Kwa hivyo napo pia tunapata nitrates. Hizo ni carcinogenic, zinaleta cancer.
Mombasa County has one of the highest cancer incidence rates in the region, with breast and cervical cancer being the most common among women and prostate cancer among men. Kilifi County has reported high cases of esophageal cancer, which is attributed to dietary habits, daktari, and possibly genetic factors. Kwale County has seen rising cases of cervical cancer, partly due to low screening rates and high HPV prevalence.
A human rights lobby group, Juhudi Africa, is raising concern over the sudden transfer of Kisii National Polytechnic principal Tom Mulati, who is currently under investigation. The group argues that the decision undermines a transparency of investigative process. Protesting in Kisii, the Director of Corporate Communications of the NGO, Bernard Nyamwaro, argued that the move is viewed as a cover-up. The principal is being accused of alleged misconduct and financial impropriety.
We are asking the president that sisi tunataka to mulati arudishwe Kisii National Polytechnic kwa sababu alipigia PS Esther Mworia akamwambia amuzaidie kumuondoa Kisii kwa sababu imechamuka. Hawezi kwenda na pesa zetu mulati tawe. Mulati tawe. As from Monday, we will march to State House na hawa watu wawili tunataka EACC, DCI ianze uchunguzi wa kina.
The newly ordained priests at St. Paul's Machakusi Anglican Church of Kenya in Busia County have been urged to maintain high moral standards and to remain steadfast in their commitment to serving the church and society. Speaking during the ordination ceremony of 13 deacons into priesthood, Reverend John Okude of the Katakwa Diocese, who presided over the event, emphasized the importance of living with integrity regardless of the challenges in the rapid. The newly ordained priests pledged their unwavering commitment to spreading the gospel of Christ to uplift the faith and inspire others.
And we cannot be one unless we study people to bring those who are outside there to the fold. And Jesus himself is the owner of the fold. So the purpose of the church is that we ordain, we send them out to do the work on behalf of Jesus and also on behalf of the apostles that brought the gospel to us.
Kazi unayoifanya kama Mkristo, basi natakana umtukuze Mungu nayo. Hawa wenzetu kwa sababu tunaweka mbele ili kwanza waendelee kufundisha sana neno la Mungu.
We are there as witness to make people understand and know that identify what is immoral. Realize out of their conscience, appeal to them to seek the guidance of the Holy Spirit so that they can repent of what they now conceive as being wrong.
13 minutes past the top of the hour. Time for us to take a very quick breather. We circle back with plenty more, including sports. Stay with us.
Dunda.
Nikimaliza kusoma kuna jambo natamani. Shike baba unifiche.
Umeridhika na namna vijana wanavyopata nafasi katika serikali?
Serikali imeweza kwenda nje ya nchi na kuwatafutia kazi vijana.
Ya makundi kama magenge ya wezi hapa nchini ni kwa kuwa vijana wapewi fursa za kazi.
Kule Kisii wanasema obokano.
Kinumbi.
Uitwa Kinumbi, makofi mpigie.
Tita la kuni na kitita cha pesa.
Na kitita cha pesa, mpige makofi huyu.
We're here to meet the couple. I'm excited.
Tukulete wale wasichana wa airport wa nini alafu.
We met in 2017.
Yeah.
Ukisikia nimelanda si unanichuna tu. Yeah. So your time nimeamua mimi na serve.
Yeah.
Nimekuwa heartbroken right, left and center. Niko like mimi niko like Yesu.
She comes back and asks me, so unajua amefika home? Nipatie namba. Niko like wewe unanipenda, wewe unanitaka wewe. Niko like wewe unanitaka wewe. But that was the first time I ever gave my number to a lady.
That night we speak for a very long time.
Yeah.
a very long time. So I'm like, okay, let's go, let's see. So when he dropped the manifesto, I'm like, oh, there it goes. There it goes. I wasn't ready. And I told him, come on a date 10, God. Yeah.
Senior Bishop Sitak.
Welcome back. Let's continue to inform you. And in Embu County, hundreds of residents have benefited from a free eye medical camp organized by the Lions Club of Embu in partnership with the Rotary Club. The one-day event held on Saturday at Lions School in Embu Town offered free screening for a variety of vision-related ailments.
Over 480 individuals with eye conditions, including cataracts, refractive errors, photosensitivity, and age-related eye issues. Those with vision impairments were provided with free reading glasses, while individuals with minor conditions like allergies or infections received eye drops.
Na mtu akiwa mbali naona kama kifuri kinakuja tu, lakini faida zafika karibu ndio ninamuona. Lakini sasa kulingana na vile nimetibiwa, nimepewa miwani na ninaweza kuona vizuri. Namba zile zilikuwa sioni, sasa naweza kuziona.
Na sikuwa nikiona chochote wakati nasoma Biblia au wakati nasoma kitabu. Sasa wakati nimepewa hiyo miwani nimeweka, nimeona namba zilikuwa very clear.
We've seen cases like diabetic retinopathies, macular holes, and even some suspicious growths that we've referred to Kikuyu and even CTI Hospital and others in Kenyatta.
Ophthalmic Clinical Officer Lillian Nyaga advised older adults not to neglect eye problems, emphasizing the importance of early detection and treatment.
We've seen people with cataracts. They are not able to see and they assume that it is normal.
She also recommended that young people reduce screen time and keep a safe distance from the devices full UV rays.
The most prevalent cases that we've seen are the refractive errors. We have the allergies, photosensitivity, where people are complaining they are not able to see when there is a lot of light. So what we are advising them is to minimize usage of these digital gadgets, and if you use them at a distance. And if you are not able to see clearly when there is a lot of light, make use of the photochromic glasses, which can help.
Additionally, Nyaga encouraged residents to maintain a balanced diet rich in vitamin A to promote long-term eye health. The company for other health issues such as high blood pressure and elevated blood sugar, which can contribute to diabetes.
For the diabetes checkup and blood pressure, if he's on the borderline, we advise them, and if he's apart from there, we refer them to the level 5 hospital or level 4 hospital or any other advice doctors are giving to them.
Marie Yambo reporting for the Lunchtime News.
And Kenyans have been urged to embrace beekeeping as a viable economic activity, especially with the growing demand for honey in the country. It's a Gathaiti village in Gatundu, North Kiambu County. During a farmer's graduation ceremony, experts emphasized the growing local and international demand for honey and highlighted the potential of beekeeping to uplift rural communities from poverty.
Wakulima naweza wahimiza tu waingie wa venture into this business, kwa sababu tukiangalia kwa ile training tumefanya, tumewauliza na wakatuambia kwa kilo moja ya asali wanaiuza na 1000, imagine 1000 per 1 kilo. Na kwa kuvuna, ukiwa a very good colony manager, ufanye colony management yako vizuri, utaweza kuvuna in one season ama 30, ukitegemea vile unafanya your colony management.
Nimejifunza mambo mengi, vile asali inaweza saidia mtu na iwe kitu kinaleta pesa kama ng'ombe, na kahawa na majani chai na kadhalika. Kwa hivyo ukifuga nyuki kwa njia ya maana, hata hutaki kununua chakula kama vile tunanunua ng'ombe au vile tunaenda kwa majani tunachuna, na yenyewe inakupatia pesa.
Agricultural experts have urged farmers to plant certified seeds that will endure the effects of climate change. Speaking during an agriculture expo held at Nkobo Shaba Stadium in Meru County, Meta Managing Director Dr. John Dege also said the use of approved agriculture chemicals is not harmful to human health.
Tunataka mkulima asomeshwe, abadilishwe kutoka kuangalia agriculture aangalie agri business. Hapo ndio mkulima atakuwa amepata pesa, hii itakuwa inamwajiri.
Nimejua hata kutumia maji, tulikuwa tuna waste maji sana. Tumefunzwa hata vile tutaweza kutumia maji. Na waambia watu wao wanatokea kwa afla kama hizi ili watakuwa wanafanya.
Kilimo ndio uti wa mgongo wa nchi yetu, na tunajiuliza katika ili eneo la Meru wakulima watawezaje kunufaika na kilimo ikiwa njia ya biashara. Ndiposa tukashikana tukiwa washikadau tofauti, kampuni mbalimbali kutoka hapa Kenya na hata nje ya Kenya, tukakutana mahali hapa tukao na kikao, tukasema ya kwamba wacha tuelimishe wakulima.
In Kitui County, leaders have raised concern over rampant cases of gender-based violence, especially in Mwingi Central, with a recent case recorded 2 weeks ago. Speaking at Mui Ward during the burial of a man who hacked his wife to death before taking his own life a fortnight ago, the leaders led by Kitui Deputy Governor Wambua Kanani said the county has set up 2 trauma centers. Kikavesi and his late wife Dorcas Munyoki, who was a village elder, were laid to rest in an emotional send-off at their home in Itiko village. The couple is survived by 8 children and several grandchildren.
Mwingi Central constituency, out of the 8 constituencies of Kitui County, is leading matters GBV. And first, we are centers for gender-based violence. One is going to be at Ikula, and another one here at Mwingi Central. And there is already budget for that.
Hata kama leo tunalia, lazima tuseme ukweli na tusema hiyo ni maneno ya gender-based violence ambayo hatutaki kusikike tena Kitui County. Tafadhali watu wangu, tumesikia. Kama inawezekana watu waende kwa kanisa tu wakiwa na mambo mingi kwa vichwa zao, waende wapate counseling, na ukisikia mambo na roho imepanda kwanza kimbia hata hiyo nyumba.
And now very quickly we turn the crack to Muthaiga Golf Club, where our very own Daniel Wahome is there for us, tracking the magical Kenya Open, a golf tournament that has attracted over 150 players in over 30 countries. Wahome, if you can hear me, what more do you have for us from the Muthaiga Golf Club?
Thank you very much, Doreen Arange. Here at the Muthaiga Golf Club, it's the final day of the magical Kenya Open, and the leaders Jacques Croizak and John Parry are on there. But let's have a conversation about the sport and Kenyans, and we're with the Director General of the Kenya Vision 2030 Delivery Secretariat, Mr. Kenneth Wigger. Let's start DG with, the disappointment we all have, no Kenyan making cut in this tournament for the second year running.
Yeah. Thank you very much. We're at Muthaiga Golf Club, Magical Kenya Open 2025, and this is day 4, the last day. As has happened this year, as happened last year, we don't have any Kenyan who made the cut and playing the weekend. And while it is, there are very many good lessons to learn. And in brief, I think what I can say is that we can't keep on doing the same thing and expect different results. That's the definition of insanity. So we really have to deal with the insanity we have of doing the same thing and expecting different results. We have to go back to the drawing board, rip up the rule book completely, and relook at golf in Kenya as a tabula rasa from a fresh slate. We look at what exactly is the experience we have, what has been going wrong, where are the gaps, and how do you fill them? And we have all the answers. It's not rocket science. We have all the answers.
I mean, let's talk about, because we saw Kenya Vision 2030 supports local golfers, and public-private partnerships are really what will drive the sport. How does this work?
Kenya is 70% private sector and only 30% government, which is why you find we're always reaching out to the corporate sector and the private sector, because they're the drivers of the economy. So by the structure of Kenya Vision 2030 itself, we need 70%. Every 3 shillings of government should be matched by 7 shillings of the private sector, and that's what we're trying to do. So when we've been conducting auctions to try and raise money for the pros, it's not just really raising money for the pros. Where we are going with this, or where I'm going with this, is to create a market for sports in this country, where sports people across all sports, not just golf, across all sports can come and meet sponsors and start a journey of sponsorship early. And also, we need to get our local corporates getting involved with sports. And the reason for this is that sports and sports tourism globally is a growing industry. And we need to make sure that our youth, our young people, can see golf and sports as a paying career and a profession.
Thank you very much, DG. We're speaking with the Director General of the Kenya Vision 2030 Delivery Secretariat, and he simply said sport is a socio-economic pillar. It's very important that we work together as a country, government and the private sector, to deliver that. Full report on the final day coming in our bulletins at 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Back to you, Doreen.
Thank you very much, Wahome, for that. Of course, just keeping tabs on what is happening with regards to this year's golf tournament happening there at the Muthaiga Golf Club. Back in studio, the Kenya National Rugby Sevens team Shujaa will play Ireland tonight in the 11th place playoff match at the Vancouver Sevens, which is the 4th leg of the HSBC season. Kenya was relegated to the 11th place playoff after losing 19-14 to Uruguay in the 9th place semi-final. Shujaa has had a difficult outing in Canada, suffering defeats in all their 3 pool matches. They began Vancouver with a 24-0 loss to Argentina before going down heavily 33-7 against France, with yet another 28-10 loss to Great Britain, ending their hopes of finishing in the top 8. Spain, Argentina, South Africa and Fiji are the contenders of the Vancouver Main Cup.
Inside of the 22, they're down. Nice play there. Fooled everybody. And Argentina's got another 5 here.
A little bit of commentators curse there. France takes it over. Big opportunity for them here. See if they can get it to the flyer on the edge. They do. Just one to beat. And he does. My goodness. What a spectacular try. Safely. Penalty there. Kenya will go quick, trying to get some points on the board here. Oh my goodness. Around the edge. He is absolutely flying. He's got 1 in pursuit.
And the second round of the Shell Autocross Championship is currently underway in Ruiru. Vivo Energy Kenya commercial manager Mark Sentiu flagged off the cruise at the 5.9 kilometers twisty 2-track circuit. 44 crews are battling for top honors in 14 classes. Rajveer Sethi, Sheche Ababu, Harpreet Singh, Nell Gohil, Jose Hidran, Shabaz Anwar, Alan Bengi are leading after hit 1 in the event.
That rallying has a lot of funding, but actually rallying is all about passion. So what you're seeing right behind us and the people you're seeing to the side is just a perfect demonstration of what passion looks like on a sport that has excited millions and millions of Kenyans. And it takes this type of people to be able to make sure that the sport continues to grow in Kenya. We are passionate here in Kenya, not just to sponsor such events, but also to work through with the women and also with the youth. Because if you don't have youth in a sport, the sport dies. And I'm happy that the gentleman standing next to me not only love and have gone into this passion, but also their own children are directly, passionately involved in it. And the commitment I make is that we will work together, and that allows the youth and allows women and of course all the other people to be able to grow through the system.
That's all the time we had for you this Sunday afternoon. Thank you so much for making time for us. This has been KBC Lunchtime News. I am Doreen Arange. Byron Abuli has been our sign language interpreter. Good afternoon.
If you'd mind sharing the night together, I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm. Be yours for the rest of my life. Together we can.
So felt it necessary to have a discussion on perimenopause.
So perimenopause is the transition to that point of menopause.
Yes. The night sweats were the most bothersome. Right now, the brain fog is easing and so
educating yourself is what is most important.
It's paramount.
Yeah.
I tell women all the time, it's not if, it's when. You know, we are all going to go through it. It is a natural process. So if it's not there yet, it is coming.
Genetics may play a role, but you don't have to tough it out and suffer the way our mothers did. So you have information now, you're informed, and you know what you can do.